Hello everybody, RID speaking, and today we will be reviewing Starscream from the new RID series. Not just one, we'll be reviewing both of them. We're reviewing the Warrior class and the Legion class, which as you can see, he's holding it up asking you to buy his toys. Yeah, I could see Starscream being that egotistical. Anyway, let's take the little guy out. Sorry, the way I had him posed is that there was really no way I can take it off without knocking him down. And we will be looking at the warrior class first. Now then, fairly decent figure. We got decent head articulation. Chin kind of gets in the way of his collar there. Shoulders, full 360, kind of gets in the way back here because of the wings. You can already see we have outward movement there. We have ball jointed elbows here. You can see there. Good range of movement. No rotation at the wrist. It just breaks itself for transformation. No waist because of transformation. Legs go that far, back about that far. Knees, a little tricky to get to bend because of the transformation, but a little over 90 there. And of course there is a thigh swivel, but it feels loose at some points and really tight on others. Don't know why though. His legs go about that far and can go back that far. I want to say it's for transformation, but for transformation, I don't even have to go that far. So, and of course, the wings are articulated, so you can have them posed in whatever manner you like to see. And of course, accessories, he just has his little null rays, which are mounted on his arms, or can be used as little pistols. But let's face it, it's Starscream. They have to be mounted on his arms. So there's the warrior class. Now let's take a look at the Legion class, and as you can see, his hips are quite loose in certain positions. They're pretty solid there, but once you get them over that much, the ball joint really doesn't hold. Could just be mine, or it could be something from the manufacturing. Legs also go back that far. Knees well under 90 degrees there. Nothing at the toes. And the only articulation you get is here, ball jointed elbow again, and another hinge mostly for transformation, and it is really hard to get this thing locked in position, but it's not terrible. And of course, no head articulation. Again, Legion. Basic articulation, if at all. Not terribly bad for the price point, but now let's get on to transformation here. And we're going to start with the Legion one, because the Legion one is just going to be simple. Flip up the cockpit from the back. Peg in the legs, and we've got the wings slightly folded out. Fold them out the rest of the way. Clip them in. It's just friction. There's no clip actually in here. It's just friction holding it together. And then fold the arms like so. And peg in the hands into those little pegs on the side. And there we have the Legion toy in his vehicle mode. Now then, warrior class. Unclip the wings from the cockpit. And then move the cockpit so that we can get the wings all the way down. Clip the cockpit over his head. And I really like how the chest detail is part of the cockpit. Unclip the shoulders, and getting these clipped back in is a pain in the butt sometimes. Really tight connection there. We unpeg the knee from the leg, which can come off pretty loosely. Just fold them up like so. Peg these together because there's a slot and a peg on each side. Slide in the wings. Now then we gotta move the heels at a certain angle so they fit in like so. Now then, this is the reason why I say it doesn't go in all the way, because it has to be at a certain angle to get it right in there. We just clip those in because there's 2 tabs and 2 posts in there. Now then, we're not going to fold the wings in just yet because we still need to get the the chest sections into our legs like so. And there's a tiny clip and port right there to clip in the rest of the shoulder piece. Now then, we fold the wings up and they just clip into those tabs right there. Oops. Actually, that's happened to me before. Just a little thing there that clips it in. Not terrible if it comes out, so long as that little thing doesn't snap on you. It hasn't happened, don't think it will. Fold in the hands, move in, because there's 2 slots and 2 posts. Just slide it in there, take the null ray and put it right there. Same with the other side. And we are done. There we go. And there we have the warrior class in his vehicle mode. Now then, let's take a look at them side by side. As you can see from the top, this has more of a sleeker, not really sleek design, but a more cohesive design. It actually fills in these little areas. It looks like there should have been something in there to fill it up because it just looks like a really scrawny cockpit that's missing some sort of filler between it and the wing. But other than that, it's really short on the back, which is actually fairly consistent with an actual jet. This one looks a little longer in the back, and you can kind of see the heel spurs pointing out, and of course, turning it over, you can see the whole robot mode. Feet don't fold in at all, but again, Legion toy, don't expect much. Now then, when we turn it around, we see this problem right here. The shoulder pads in the Warrior class toy don't really peg into the wings at all, and they're just big chunks under there. I mean, the aerodynamics alone don't really look like they'd work at all. And this is why I do like some elements of the transformation of the Legion toy better, because as you can see, those shoulder pads fold back in an angle so it actually fills in the rest of the body of the jet. And I do think that if there was a way they could engineer it, they could probably have done it, but again, considering how the rest of this transforms, it might have not been possible. And to be honest, I think repo labels, I would really like them to see if they can actually make like a missile pod sticker so that it doesn't look like just a big chunk under the wing. Like turbine sticker, missile rack sticker. I would really like to see repo labels do something like that to just do something about this. But again, that's just one of my nitpicks, really. And to be honest, they're both really good Starscreams. But of course, I do have to address the colors of the Legion toy. Let's see, this Starscream has some nice blue, some bluish gray, and just gray with some red trim on there. This one, not so much. I mean, there is some red in there, but, and of course the orange for the orangish yellow for cockpit, but what should be blue, and the cockpit should not be blue, it should be gray. What should be blue is kind of this teal color. It's really off. I mean, it's not terrible, but it is off considering what Starscream should be. Now, which one should you pick up? I guess it all depends on what you're really looking for in a Starscream. If you're just looking for a little tiny thing for your shelf, then this is okay for the price point, and this is okay for its price point. Both have their faults, both have their good successes to it. I mean, the Legion class, the Warrior class toy is obviously the more posable of the two. This one, I do like how it has a cleaner transformation, but again, it's basically really up to you. They're both really good in the line themselves for their price point. And really, that's all I have to really say for either toy. And I hope to see you again next video. Later!